Okay friends, I'm going to make a very quick video of how to remove the letters from a 2015 Range Rover HSE. This is my wife's. It's 10 years old. It's in an absolutely incredible shape, with the exception of a few little wheel scuffs here or there. It's in really good shape. Ironically, the letters in the back are in extremely good shape, but the letters in the front, where all the wear happens, is not in good shape. So as you can see here, they're bubbling. This one's turning black. And so I have the Range in the Range Rover. Got this off of eBay. It's factory original part. These are almost $200 for each word. And I was able to pick this up for around 80 bucks, which is a really good price. Part number is LR088862 that we're working with today. And I'm going to be using a few things, simple stuff. I'll be using some painter's tape. I will be using a heat gun to try to, loosen up the old glue. And I will be using this wheel. It's a rubber wheel. It's almost like a giant eraser. And that's what we're gonna do to get the glue and the residue off. So I will start taping. All right, so I've got the tape around the first letter R. I do this one at a time just to make things a little simpler for me. As you can see, I aligned the tape with the straight edges. Notice I do not have tape on this side because the end of the R sticks out just slightly. But I just did all the straight edges, and I will start heating that up. The painter's tape works really well to stick on there. We heat this up, and then I will also be using some dental floss. I failed to mention that in the last video. This is just some basic dental floss that I keep around, dental tape. And once I loosen it up, I should be able to pry that off really quickly. Sometimes, if you heat it up just right, you can just pull it right off. So let's see what happens. And just like that, with a little bit of heat, not too much because you don't want to scorch the paint, but with a little bit of heat, I was able to pull the letter off very easily. The heat makes a big difference. I have taken these off without having a heat gun. You can do it both ways. It's just much easier. As you can see here, there's lots of leftover glue. Some of this you can pull off yourself. If it's real big pieces, I'll try to pull it off myself, as much of it as I can. Some people do it differently. But what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to take this tool. You can buy this on Amazon. You can buy it at any local auto parts store. It literally feels like a giant eraser. And I'll attach that to my drill, and I will start drilling. All right, so as you can see here, I can just with one hand start taking that stuff off, and look at that. Comes right off. Real easy. And I'll clean that up a little bit, and I'll show you what it looks like with it. Okay, so here we have the completely removed letter. I was able to clean this up. I polished this a little bit just so it was nice and smooth. And now I will be applying the first letter, which is the R. All right, here's the word Range. Notice that I have cut this here. I did that because I do not trust that this is in the right order, the right, it is not perfect if you were to take it and unpeel it and put it on there to stick it on you. I do it letter by letter, so that's why I will cut each one of these apart, and then I will start. Okay, so I have the first letter on. I have the R on, and it's in the same exact spot it was before thanks to the tape. And as you can see, the A is really bad. The N is not so bad. The G's okay. The E's pretty bad. So, a couple of options you might have here might be to keep the good ones on, but one of the reasons I don't do that is if you look very carefully, see the dirt and grime in there? That dirt and grime comes off once you have polished that area. So I prefer to go ahead and remove every letter. That way you can clean in those spots where you really can't get to. So I'm gonna keep going. Okay, so here we are. The word Range has been changed. It's nice and shiny. And the front of my wife's beautiful Range Rover looks great. The Rover is not as bad. I have no idea why, but it does need a little bit of love. These letters are very expensive. They're hard to find OEM. Of course, you can go to the dealership and pay lots of money. The grill is actually brand new. I picked that off of eBay, new old stock, but The letters look great, nice and shiny. And this truck looking pretty amazing for 10 years old. Thanks to my wife, she takes good care of it.